Jerry Mason, Kick Lawyer. Thank you guys for joining us again for another Law Talk. Me, and you can see I got my trusty sidekick here, Perry Mason. Perry, you can say hey. As always, please like, follow, subscribe to the content. We're on all social media platforms, all podcast platforms, wherever you listen to stuff. I would really like for you to go subscribe to us on YouTube, follow whatever it's called on YouTube, because we got like 2 followers, so help me out on that. And then if you haven't and you need any real estate action or advice, please check out Michelle Allen. She's the go-to in the area to buy, sell, rent, lease real estate from. She'd be glad to help you out. Perry Mason apparently didn't like her. And then if you want to learn to kick and punch, as my guest has done with us today, visit masonsmartialarts.com. We got 2 locations, one in Covington and one in Millington. We'd be glad to help you out. And then Jam Books and Records is located on the square in Covington. We got books, records, signed memorabilia, and comics. You can come check us out anytime. And new thing we're doing, holistic healthcare and hormones. You visit holistichealthhormones.com. Help you optimize your health. And then last but not least, if you want help with website design, commercials, all that kind of stuff, Josh does a really good job with that stuff. You visit masonitemarketing.com. And make sure you check out Mason Studios, too. Josh has got some cool fan films, cosplay videos, stuff like that on there.
We've done 1 or 2 movies.
Yeah, and movies. That's what I meant. My bad. I was trying to give you a shout out, and then he's like talking smack.
Oh, no, I was saying now we did a couple movies. I was agreeing.
Oh, okay. Joining me today, he's been on my show a couple of times because he's a friend of mine, is Mr. Parker Inman. How are you, Parker?
I'm good, man.
Good.
Do I need to put these on? Or
It's up to you. Okay. I get loud, and I can hear the volume in it, so I usually wear them just so I can see how loud I get.
You do get loud.
Thanks. I do. Yeah, and then the mic is on the side, not actually on the top. So it's like the side of the thing. That's why I tilt it this way. But
there you go.
I know you're used to having. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how you been?
I've been good, man.
Good.
I like the studio, man.
Yeah. So
it was really kind of ADHD.
Yeah.
The first time I came over, so this is.
Well, to be honest,
more slick.
I would probably have it the same way, but Josh has not let me put a bunch of crap on the desk again.
Yeah.
Because if you look, Joe Rogan was always my inspiration on it, and if you look at his desk, he's got like alien stuff and all this.
Yeah.
And so we just put like what I like superhero stuff. You got to calm down. Go say hey again. Yeah, go say hey.
It's taking away the.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Now you can just turn around and put your butt in the camera.
Yeah, that's right.
Butt in the camera, Perry.
There you go.
So I noticed you got the Glass Brothers stuff on.
Yeah.
And when I first talked to you about it, I thought it was our local Glass Brothers that does automotive stuff.
Yeah.
But you guys actually do glass.
Yes, sir. We do residential, commercial, everything like that, man. We're America's full-service window and glass company.
Cool. And you helped us actually at the bookstore. We had a big busted window at the bookstore, and you guys came in and did a good job on it.
Yeah, man.
And then now my wife has got you trying to fix my windows that I didn't even realize were busted. She said...
I mean, you're the dude, so...
Yeah. She said, how many... she said, you know how many windows we have cracks or holes in? And I was like, I remembered one. Because Austin, when he was a kid, busted one out of his bedroom. He fell into it or something.
Yeah.
And I knew that one was busted, but I didn't know we had, I think it's like 4 or 5 of them that have got something wrong with them. Yeah. Most people are probably like that. A lot of dudes probably don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working in glass for about a year and a half. And my wife actually just told me the other day, hey, can we fix these screens? I haven't even noticed it.
Hey, it's a good question for you as a guy. Can you even say what color your living room is? Do you know what color your living room is?
It could be beige. It could be black.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, I ask this of people all the time, and I'm not sure what color my living room is.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Do you know, Josh, what color your living room is?
No idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just so busy. So I mean,
well, it's not that though. I think men's brain, and no sexist talk here. I'm sure women deal with this too, not as much. But my wife knows the color of all the room walls and the curtains, if there are curtains. I couldn't even tell you what rooms have curtains. It's just not on the top of my awareness list.
Right.
Right. So I'm aware of what's relevant towards my goals, and if it's she fusses and says that I won't clean this and I'll just step over it. Yeah, because I'm not even aware it's there.
I mean, that's how I am, dude. I mean, I have 4 kids too, so it's
I'm
always stepping over stuff.
I follow your TikTok stuff, and a lot of it's family oriented. It's good.
Yeah,
I like it. It's very wholesome.
Yeah,
you had one you did with 2 of them that I watched the other day, where it was there's a song I think, and y'all were doing something with the song.
It's kind of it was was it try not to laugh type thing?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. It was with the brain rot stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Judah and Sophie love that, man, and I'm like, this is so dumb, but I love it too.
Yeah. Well, that's good though.
So,
but this is gonna sound cliche, but the kids grow up so fast. Like you're in the time that is so good.
Really do.
And you may appreciate it. I know that I sort of did, but hindsight, now I understand. I'm fixing to be a grandfather. And I realize now how, like, it is crazy, isn't it? I realize now how, I tell you what the crazy part is, and you might have experienced this becoming a father. When I became a father, I was real young. I was 18. And I remember having a lot of imposter syndrome where I was like, I'm the father, you know, like I'm the one that they're looking at.
I'm still a kid.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still a kid. Well, so fast forward, I'm fixing to be a grandfather. And you think of grandparents and you're like, they're wise and know of the world. Yeah, got it all together, been there and done that. And I'm like, I don't know. I still don't know anything, you know? So it's so funny. But yeah, anyway, I hope you appreciate the time with the kids.
I do. I'm trying, man. With this new job, I've been grinding. Like I've been trying my best to work as much as I can, so that they can stay home and homeschool, because I was homeschooled for my life. So that's what I'm trying to do. And so I mean, I'm trying to get like the Jerry Mason motivation type thing, just grinding, working hard. You know.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that though. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I can do it better now because most of my kids are grown and out.
Sure.
The problem that I have is I've been like this forever. And I think, and I think they would probably tell you I was a great father. I think, whether it's true or not.
I hope.
I still went to all the things. So I was at the PTA meetings. I went to all the games, track meets, all that. I did all that stuff, right? But I think sometimes the way my brain works, I really struggle to be present all the time. Like even this very second, like I constantly have to force myself to be present and not thinking about the next thing and what am I not doing in the next thing. It's like an ADD thing.
It's a struggle for sure.
Yeah. So I think there's a balance that I don't do well. So I know a lot of people would look and be like, I don't want to say I'm successful or not successful, but maybe view it as a form of success. Yeah. And in my head, the problem with my head is I'll never be successful. Like I won't ever be successful.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Is there a finish line?
Yeah, I think certain people there are. I've accepted for myself there's not one. And so, but I am trying to learn to be more present and I literally so I have a Whoop, right?
Yeah. And
you can create a journal every day of like these tasks you're going to complete in your Whoop. And I'm a very task driven person. So like it's helped me force myself to do things that even I was struggling with discipline. But one of the things that I started putting in there, I don't struggle with the things that most people do. So like I work out 2 to 3 times a day, every day, no problem. I can do it. It's fine. I love it, enjoy it. I do it. But having gratitude, like showing gratitude for things.
Yeah.
So in my phone is a reminder, have I stopped today and been thankful for something? You know?
That's cool.
And so that's really helped me. I've got a spirituality where I worked on my spirituality at any point. Yeah. I've been reading the Bible every day, right? But just because you're reading the Bible is not meaning you're living in the Word.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but my point is like some people probably do that part a lot easier, and I struggle with the stopping enough to do those things.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have reminders in your phone because you get lost in the sauce so quick, especially if you're trying to grow a business. You have like what, 6 businesses?
Something like that. Yeah.
You're doing a podcast. You do High Octane. You do Jam, Book Records. You do all the stuff, man. Mm-hmm. And it's good to have those interruptions.
If only I had one that made money.
Right. Covington Comic-Con's profitable every year.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is.
Not by much, but it is profitable.
I joke about that. The law firm is profitable. The bookstore, if we break even, I'm happy. Because I'm at a point, though, and not to keep talking about myself, but I'm at a point in my life where I have X amount of time, and I want to put that time towards things I enjoy as one of my factors. So if I'm going to do it, it's got to be something I enjoy, right? And it has to also be something I believe in, and then I like for it to be something the community needs. So and I have a goal every year. I'll open a business, literally every year. Now that doesn't mean I'll be successful every year at whatever the business is, but I want to open a new business every year. So like the bookstore I love reading, I love books. We don't have anything like that in the community, and I have this vision eventually of where my grandchildren would want to live in Covington. So what does Covington need that I enjoy? It's a passion of mine, and the community needs it, that I can then try to will into existence.
That's cool.
So the bookstore is one of them. I have this goal of us being like an arts district, kind of like Midtown, where when people come here, there's music all the time. You get music. That's why at the Cellar we had music at the Cellar. I've been helping the distillery, Darren at the distillery, where he's got music down there. I don't have any ownership interest in it.
Yeah.
I want him to have music. I got a place for music at the bookstore. I just want people to feel safe and know this is an area you can come to with events and good community. Good for the community.
So. I mean, they're doing some really big stuff with they're renovating a lot of the shops here. Mm-hmm. We actually are renovating one of the shops on the square.
Well, speaking of that, before you leave, we had when they redid the asphalt out here. I don't know if you noticed it. They threw rocks into the window right here. It's in this. You'll notice it when you go out. I'm sure.
I noticed.
I was going to say. I'm
I
sure
noticed it.
your eye probably notices it immediately.
But
that is something we might get fixed. So
yeah, for sure. So what are you doing working out, man? Like, what's your workout regimen?
Well, you tell me about you first, because I know you're still in good shape. You still doing jiu-jitsu or anything?
Yeah. This job, I love. I'm working really hard on this, and that kind of like what you said. With a bunch of different projects, it's hard to stay focused on one thing. I haven't been really training that much. The only time I really have to train is like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm just not a morning person, man.
I'm not a morning person either.
But I'm just gonna have to force myself to get up and do it.
So, what time do you get done in the evening?
It just depends.
And then
it varies, man.
I'm not putting you on the spot on it, but do you ever check how much time you're on this?
Yeah. It's quite a lot, man.
Yeah. So here's the only reason I bring it up. I'm 46, and I just visited a guy in jail yesterday that I graduated high school with, day before yesterday, and he was he's got these health issues, all these different. This guy does, and then another thing that has come up recently, and you might have seen me post about it. I was trying to play football. I think it was football a few months ago with my kids and their friends because they're in their 20s, right? They're all young and in great shape. That's the clerk from the court. I'll call them back in a minute. Anyway, so I wanted to get a group of guys my age together, and none of them could do it. Like every friend that I had that's a close acquaintance or friend my age is like, my back hurts, my legs messed up, I can't, weren't able to do it. Now I've tried to start diversifying that a little more with a few other acquaintances, friends. I always try to kind of keep my circle with people that are going to make me better.
Yeah.
So like Jason Cannon as an example. I love him. He's the guy that does Cannon Chiropractic. He's a little older than me, I think. I think he's a year or two older than me. But I think business-wise, he's much further ahead than I am. And so we have this sort of fun rivalry, but he pushes me to be better. I think, right? So I try to do that with everything. We had Paul Prather on, who is also an attorney in Memphis and has done some like male modeling looking things. Good looking dude, and he works out really hard. He's in great shape. He's a little younger than me, but it shows you can still do it.
Yeah. Sure.
Long story short, what I realized was, my whole life I've worked out to some degree, and sometimes it was focused on what the individual goal was, whether it was competition in martial arts or we're doing MMA or whatever we're doing. Or in more recent years for me, it's been weightlifting and stuff. I ran a marathon one year, and my training was different that year.
Yeah.
But what I found is most of the day, you have time to work out. It's whether you're going to prioritize that. And it comes down to this. There's no such thing as motivation. Motivation does not exist. Motivation's fleeting. You meet with me, and you're like gung-ho for a second, and then tomorrow it's gone away. Yeah. Discipline is what is forever.
Yep.
And so discipline means that even though you don't want to do it, you say you don't have time, you're going to do it no matter what. And so I will not lay down. You can ask my wife this. I won't lay down at night if I haven't checked the box for that day.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, here's what I do every week. Every week I do at least 2 elliptical sessions that are at least 30 minutes. This is the spread through the week. I do 2 rowing sessions. Now I have an elliptical in my office and an elliptical at my house. I have a rower at my house. I have a weightlifting gym in the office now and at my house, and then I'm a member of the gym, and then I have 2 martial arts schools, right? So I have like zero excuse to not work out. I run twice a week, at least 2-mile runs. I do weightlifting, heavy weightlifting, like exceptionally heavy weightlifting 4 times a week. I do martial arts at least 1 day a week, and typically it's sparring. I still spar once a week.
Yeah.
I do stretching for at least 10 to 15 minutes once a week. I'll stretch in workouts anyway, but I make that a requirement now to stretch, 10 to 15 minutes at least once a week.
That's
else?
a big one.
Physical wise, bless you. Oh, and then I do one CrossFit workout a week. I make myself do one functional fitness workout a week that's varying lengths depending on what I'm doing. Then I also cold plunge for a total of 11 minutes a week, every week. I do a sauna for 58 minutes, a total every week. That's usually 3 sessions every week religiously. I take 30 supplements a day, and then I only eat carnivore. So me and Perry for lunch typically eat 6 ounces of ribeye and 4 eggs every day. And then for dinner, I usually eat 6 to 8 ounces of ribeye and 4 to 5 eggs every day. So that's a long answer, but literally that's my Monday to Sunday what I do.
Yeah. So how do you feel like the carnivore has changed your
I think it's been good for me. It's hard I think carnivore is hard if you're doing like really long distance stuff running wise. I noticed the year that I trained for the marathon, I had to go back on to carbs because I didn't have the carnivore is a fat-based energy source diet, and the fat, although it's an efficient energy source, I think is a slower, you have slower access to it in your body. Yeah. And so the sugary carbs, it's faster. Mm-hmm. So for me doing those long-distance runs, I did have to start doing the carbs. Yeah. But I think it depends on your individual body type. My wife can't do carnivore. She gets sick. Like, she has to eat pickled stuff and vegetables and sushi and stuff. But her blood type is different than mine. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
man.
she's A or something. I'm O positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, long story short, have you done carnivore?
Man, I tried, and I tried for like 3 hours. And I'm like, it's like I need some rice or I need some pasta or something. Yeah. I just couldn't get into it. I know people who swear by it, but I'm just like, man, I like.
Well, I say I do carnivore. I mean, it's 10% or less of my calories a day are carbs. So I will eat some vegetables. I usually eat 1 banana a day. Yeah. So I mean, and then I'll cheat. 3 or 4 weeks in, sometimes I'll have a cheat day where I'll eat because I love sugar and chocolate and stuff like that. Yeah. But what I found is like my stomach digestion is better when I do that. I sleep better. My blood pressure levels out. All my metrics all come out better when I do the carnivore diet.
That's awesome.
So for me, it works.
How's the cold plunge going? Because I tried that, man, and such a wimp.
It's not that. It's just, again, it goes back to, I think every day you got to try to get 1% better every day. Yeah. So my goal is every day to be 1% better. Now, eventually there's going to be a point of diminishing return on a lot of these factors where I just can't every day. I'm going to get old eventually. Yeah. But I think you can stave that stuff off a lot longer than people think. I'm stronger right this second than I've ever been my whole life. And a lot of people would have thought 46 is old, Yeah. But my deadlift, my bench press, my squat, all these things are better. Now my run is slower, but I have been working on that. I've been working on what I enjoyed, which is the weightlifting. Yeah. But I think it's all, and I've been studying all this longevity stuff. The 2 big factors they say that long term will affect how you age. And what I say by that is, like, a lot of people you got to decide, do you want to be 90 and still around but you're a vegetable? Yeah, right. Or do you want to be 70 but still able to play with the grandkids and stuff? You want to be functional. Most people would want to be functional, have a good quality of life. So the 2 determining factors, number 1 is VO2 max, okay, which is really longer term conditioning, cardio, running, CrossFit, things that make your heart rate elevate and your heart's capacity, your body's capacity to process that oxygen. So you want a good VO2 max. And then the second thing is quad mass.
Quad mass,
specifically. Okay. Now, there could be a correlation because quad mass shows, and these are from all these different studies, that you are still working out, you're still lifting weights, But like if you have quad mass, you can still stand up, sit down, squat, move, pick things up because you have quads. So heavy squats, I think, are very important as you age. I think everybody should, and when I say heavy, it's relative. Sure. But I think everybody should be doing barbell, and I'm no doctor, barbell squats. I think everybody needs to do a barbell, some form of barbell squat. Yeah. And I think it's good for your, as you age, your quality of life.
Yeah, I saw someone on Facebook. It's like if you're able to squat like 450 or something, you're like literally less than 1% of the human race.
Yeah, no, I saw that. It was 405.
Yeah, 405.
You're like 1 out of 25,000 or something like that.
Something.
Yeah, but I mean,
my numbers are way off.
I don't know that. I tell my wife this every time I go do the heavy lifts every week. I'm literally it's so dangerous. Like you squat like 500 pounds. It's so dangerous. And I don't know that that's the smartest thing to do at 46. But for me, that challenges me to put, and right now I'm just trying to maintain. I'm not necessarily trying to get necessarily stronger. I don't know. It works for me.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 32.
Oh man, you're still a baby. I can't believe
I'm still a baby.
I can't believe you're that much younger though. For some reason, I always thought maybe you were so mature. But I remember back when we were all training, I thought in my head, I guess you were older than that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I guess it's a compliment.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean,
I like that.
You were more mature. I
got married early.
I knew you were younger than me, but I didn't realize it was that much younger than me.
Yeah, I got married at 20, so I mean,
yeah,
that would make you mature very quick.
How's she doing? She good?
She's good, man. She's good. She just got a job at Lakeland.
Nice.
Teaching.
Okay, so is she still teaching? Does she like doing that?
Yeah, she does. She does.
Is she very patient?
Yes, very patient.
Yeah, because I don't think I could teach the kids. I would start kicking them or something.
No. Me too.
Yeah.
But no, she's really good at a teacher and stuff like that, and she makes the class interactive and fun. But it's really heavy on her heart, like this year, to like stay home with the kids.
Well, I was just fixing to say, you said she got a new job, but you're trying to homeschool the kids.
Yeah, and so she got a job at Lakeland. She was working at Mumford as a counselor, and she just wanted to change. So she decided to do that, and then, but the main goal is to stay at home because I was homeschooled all my life. And
was she?
No.
Okay.
So I don't understand why she would want to homeschool because I'm like, because I like it. I mean, I enjoy it.
I see strengths and weaknesses on it. I got my wife's best friend is homeschooling her children.
Yeah.
And my only perspective on it is based teaching Taekwondo all those years with kids, and usually the homeschool kids were super smart. They were usually book wise smarter than the other kids, but they were socially less than the other kids.
Very much so.
Yeah, they didn't read social cues the same way.
Yeah,
and I think missed certain elements of sort of where society was. Yeah, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I just mean it was different.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not always. There were exceptions. I never thought you were weird. So.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But it didn't take me. It took me until like I was in my late 20s to actually pick up on like big social cues and stuff like that. And being in sales, you have to have a good radar for that, like stuff like that. Who do you look up to when it comes to like Facebook marketing and social media and all that stuff, and getting in front of a camera?
Those are good questions. It sounds like you're interviewing me, though.
Well, I'm just curious because I'm trying to get in front of the camera more.
Yeah. So I initially went off a lot of Gary Vee.
He's good.
That is.
Good.
I think he's good, but I may have changed my perspective a little bit. And part of what his view was, it's more quantity over quality. And I don't know that I necessarily follow that. It used to in the beginning, like I was like, Josh, we got to have more posts, more day, every day, more, just grind it out there. And we still, to some degree, do that and just throw stuff out there. But I do feel like there's a little more value in. I think as you develop an audience, if you're going to keep an audience, I think it's important that the material that you put out has some value.
Yeah.
And so
sure.
I try to be a little more value oriented in what we do. And the thing is, we just had one. The one I just did recently, I did a video again on red light camera tickets, and it sort of has gone viral on Facebook, which is weird.
I love those.
Typically, typically I do them on all these TikToks, and they get good traction. But this one did well on Facebook, and yesterday even it was still blowing up. I haven't checked to see where it was at. But what I was going to say is, it never fails though. Any of these videos I'll have that'll start to do well, you'll have somebody crapping all over you. There's always some guy. There's one guy who was like, "Is that hair club for men or hair plugs?" They're always talking about my hair. And anyways, so you got to kind of have tough skin on that, and just not let it bother you when people talk smack. And then sometimes you got to refrain too because sometimes they'll. I don't know. It's almost like a direct attack, or they're saying you're wrong, or whatever. And you feel responsible to. So I just try to just not pay attention to all that. I do what I'm going to do. You say what you're going to say, and I appreciate your comment.
Sometimes they're good. They don't even hurt your feelings. They're so good.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I never heard that one before.
Well, who are you following now? Like I watch stuff on YouTube and stuff, but it's more toned for what I'm interested in. Like I like to watch. What's his name? Dr. Mike. It's like Israeli or something that does science-based lifting stuff. I like watching his stuff.
Okay.
And then I've recently gotten big into Bible stuff because I'm reading the Bible, but I like to know what was the root Hebrew when it was translated to Latin. Why did they leave this book out? What did this verse originally mean? And what is his name? There's one guy in particular I really like. The guy that recently debated
Wesley Huff.
Yeah. Wes Huff. I like Wes Huff stuff a lot. Anyway, there's a guy named Cliff that does debates in kind of like Charlie Kirk did. He does these debates in colleges on religion.
Yeah.
He's interesting. He's a little more aggressive than I think you should be in those debates, but the arguments and information is interesting in his.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of what I will look at.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, right now, the main way I get business is door-to-door sales.
That's hard. That's old school.
It is old school, man.
Hey, that'll make you. Go ahead.
The first time I did it, man, it was so funny. Me and my partner Josh, we were like, dude, we were in the car, we had our hype music going. We're like, dude, we're gonna crush this, man. And so we get to our first house, we have our script out, ready to go. I literally went nonverbal. I knocked on the door. I was like, and he opened the door. He was like, hello. I was like, and so Josh, he was like, dude, what is he doing? He's like, this next one, I'm gonna crush. So he knocks on the door. He opens the door. He does worse than me.
Oh, really?
So it's like. Basically, it's like discipline. You get better only by just keep doing it. You keep doing it, keep getting better. At first, I got for my first 1,000 doors, I didn't get any traction whatsoever. But after doing it for a little bit, it's like, okay, now I'm starting to see it. Now I'm starting to get it, and that's where mainly a lot of my jobs come from.
Yeah, I think I was trying to think through as you were talking about it, what I would recommend that you do for your specific job on social media. And opinions are like, buttholes. Everybody's going to give you one.
Right.
What I did, let me just tell you what I did on the Kickin Lawyer thing, and then you may be able to figure out how that would work into you. I knew in the beginning that I didn't have the service that I was providing. I was going to try to do a really good job, but I didn't have any proof of concept really yet. I hadn't gotten to get out there and do the fighting yet and in court and get all the good results. But I also knew I needed to make money immediately. I wasn't going to wait, because the old school lawyer thinking was practice 5 or 10 years, the word will get out, eventually word of mouth, people will come in. Well, I had to feed my kids right then. I had a student loan ready right now. I got to do it right now.
Yep.
Well, I realized I knew I was good at marketing. And anyway, I knew that I didn't have the money to compete with the big boys in law, like Morgan & Morgan and all these other practicing firms. So the first thing I wanted to do is, I knew that a lot of people knew me as the karate guy. And I was like, how can I spin the karate guy into a concept that is aggressive? I'm a fighter for you, but you can relate to me, because I wasn't trying to get the CEOs. I was trying to get the everyday man that got stopped on the way to work or got into it with his wife. The normal blue-collar guy was what I was targeting. And so I was like, how can I be relatable to them but stand out, be unique? So I played with like black belt lawyer and all these different things, and then I was like, Kickin Lawyer. Well, that's what I really do, is the kicking. And then I was like, I'm gonna drop the G so it's Southern, Kickin Lawyer. And then I was like, if I make fun of myself. I'm gonna make fun of myself. I'm gonna have my pet pig is gonna be my sidekick, Whiskey the Law Hog, and we're gonna go all in on. But this is one of those. I vividly remember when we decided to do it. We were literally, me and Josh and Dave Stowers was with us, and we were gonna film the first commercial that we did out in the parking lot. And before I did it, I was like, all right, if I do this, there's no going back. I'm one of those guys. If I do this, I'm all in.
Yeah.
So I did it, and then I'll tell you what I did on the billboards. I called the local billboard guy. This is what John Morgan did and what Shannara in Alabama did, who's another big lawyer. When they didn't have any money, they called, and they were like, hey, how much is this billboard? They're like $500-$600 a month. And they're like, well, I don't have that. I got $50. What billboard's $50? It's like, well, no. Well, you got billboards that are open. I know you do. And so let me pay you $50 a month, throw my logo on them, and if somebody else comes up and buys it, great. And I'm not guaranteed to have it, but it's not making you any money sitting there. So I called and I started, and I got 2 or 3 billboards for like no money because they were available, right? And so then people drive by and they're like, "Oh, look, this Kickin Lawyer. Who is that? What is a Kickin Lawyer?" Yeah. It's different. It started to give me a little brand recognition because people had pause on what it was, and then they also think, "Oh, he's successful. He's got a billboard." You know, when what I was doing was getting it for almost free, you know, because I couldn't afford a regular billboard.
Right.
And so that started building up. And then, heck, the next thing you know, we had like 36 billboards. Now, I eventually got to where I was paying full price for these billboards.
Sure.
But it was sort of, and the other thing on the billboards, people think, oh, I get a billboard, people are going to call me. No, nobody is going to see a billboard and call you. That's not how it works. Billboards are not marketing, they're branding. So that coaster right there, the chapstick I give people, the shirts I give them for free, none of that is marketing. That is for me to get my brand out there so that eventually when you or your friend or your kid needs a lawyer, they think Kickin lawyer. Top of mind is what it is. So all of that I knew I needed to do in my plan, but it wasn't what I would have considered the marketing, right? So long story short, I knew that I needed to project myself. I needed to be authentic, and I needed to project the Kickin lawyer as this authentic person that would fight for you, but didn't take himself so seriously that you couldn't have a beer with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So saying all that, if you're selling, glass repair, you got to do something that's a hook. There's got to be something unique that makes them want to watch you, and it could be that you're the family man and the kids are funny, or it could be, Jerry Mason, the Kickin lawyer. I got that hook every time they come in, and you know what's coming,
Yeah.
So you've got to, and then you've got to consistently pump that stuff out. You got to, just like working out. I'm going to pump out 3 posts a day. I'm going to pump out 2 posts a day.
Yeah.
And I think they need to be, you got to kind of play with what works, and then when you get one that hits, roll with it. That's how you do all of them. You do them all like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to go on ChatGPT tonight.
Yeah, you should. Josh is a good contact for that stuff too. We talk about the Masonite marketing. Josh helps other people the same way because he does my post. This dog just pooted and it stinks. But anyway, Josh smells like bologna.
That's very specific.
Anyway, but Josh would be glad to help you, and he does.
No, we do all the marketing.
Yeah,
all the marketing.
He does the majority of my stuff. I'll still post stuff occasionally. You can always tell the difference usually because his is a little more polished, I think,
For sure.
than when I post some random rant.
Right, right.
In fact, he'll sometimes there was one you sent me on Brian that you wanted me to post a photo of. So what I did is I got it all refined and like pretty and like made up a really long, elaborate post for it and scheduled it for the following day. And then like that night, I guess Jerry was like getting impatient, and so he just went ahead and posted like just the picture. And I was like, well, I had a much better version of this scheduled for tomorrow, but okay.
He was like, I just need it now. I need
Yeah,
it
he's
done.
like, I need this picture posted.
I mean,
now.
I didn't care if it was twice as long as it's out.
Yeah.
But I mean, the conclusion of that for you would be this. I think the takeaway is you just got to consistently grind it.
Yeah.
The door-to-door thing is great. That's just old school. And most people
man.
can't do that. Most people would crap the bed, honestly, if they had to do door-to-door. That's hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just jumped into it, That's the only way I got better. So I guess I'm going to have to jump into this. We have a guy, he is, his name is Matt Duckworth, and he's super, super good on Facebook. He hasn't posted any videos yet, but he's really good at posting, and he'll just like share it to, a bunch of different what do you call them, groups and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just need to do some. I want to put my voice and my face out there. I just get in front of the camera, man. It's
I mean, you just gotta. It's just like you just said with the door-to-door. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Like you're a good-looking dude. You do have that it's an advantage. Yeah, and it sounds weird for me to say that to a guy, but I was just talking to another. So I teach UT Martin. I teach criminal law and family law in the evenings.
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of nights a week, I teach college courses, and I had this one college student that I was trying to explain to her, and people don't want to talk about things like that. They're like, there are advantages we all have, okay? And my point is like, if you're not terrible looking, that's an advantage. Use it. Flex it. You don't have to be open about how you're not saying be naked, but you know what I mean? Like,
we got Mike
O'Byrne. I mean, hey, by the way, I met him. He's a real nice guy. But yeah, I mean, you're already got that part out of the way. So then you just got to have a message that has value.
Yeah.
Figure out some hook to get them in there to it.
Yeah. I need to go on ChatGPT. Man, I use ChatGPT for everything.
A lot of people do now. I know my students do. I had to jump on them after the first class because a lot of them would have the exact same answer because they put the same prompt in.
Oh, did they really?
And literally had the exact. And I don't care that they do it because that's part of modern technology.
Right.
But I was like, at least hide it. At least change it a little bit. like I'm an idiot and you don't know your chat GPT.
Yeah, there's some softwares so where you can obviously whoever Dyersburg, they have software that they can tell is ChatGPT or AI.
Yeah. So it's interesting you say that. So when I grade these quizzes, it's got an option in it that it will click the button and it will check and see if it's AI the responses.
Yeah.
But I don't even check it because again I want. It's like I'm trying to teach these kids. I say kids, they're 20 somethings.
Right.
I want them to know how the real world is. And I'm not trying to teach them like some professor that, oh, no, it's great. That's what I would do. You should use that. It's an asset. It's a tool that's not going away. You need to know how to use it. But you also need to know how to hide it.
Yeah, you also need to be a little bit better with it.
Yeah, edit the answer a little bit so it's not the same as Joe Blow over here.
Right. But now there's software coming out where you can put this. It's another AI. It's called Persify or Person or something like that. And you can post this. You can put your ChatGPT essay or whatever. Put it in this AI system, and it'll make it more personable. And it'll not detect it in an AI checker and stuff. I'm like, that's just write the essay.
I mean,
you're basically doing that much work.
I just want them to know that I want them to be able to explain it. As long as you can explain the argument, whether you wrote it or somebody else did, as long as you can explain. Because, look, for example, with me, Brian and I are partnered partially because he's better at motions than I am. He's better at the legal research. And so he will come up with this beautiful legal argument. But I'm pretty good at running my mouth. So I'll read his motion and go make the argument, right? It doesn't matter to me that he wrote it, and neither does it to him. I'm going to deliver it, but I need to understand that argument. Just because he wrote it, I still need to understand it. So
you can't just wing it.
Yeah, my thing is, as long as they're still learning, I don't care I think you're an idiot if you're not using those shortcuts.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be there in the workplace. You're going to use them when you get out and practice or whatever you're doing. Yeah.
I mean, ChatGPT is going to be the next lawyer.
Well, the plus is for me, it'll be a long time before I think the law would allow Chat GPT or something like that to argue for you. So I do agree that in paralegal work, that's a little dicey. Because they can do that because we're supposed to still review it and then file the stuff. So that may affect their job. But my job as an actual trial lawyer, I think is pretty safe for a little bit.
Yeah,
we'll see.
You got to be careful using that stuff too, because I saw a little brain scan, and it had a person who doesn't use AI and uses they depended on books and stuff. And then there was another one that was used ChatGPT a lot, and there's just the different brain scans. It's he wasn't even using certain parts of his brain, and so he wasn't growing that much. Kind of you keep saying is you just need to grow. You need to be careful with how much you use that stuff because it could be more of a crutch or it could be more of
Yeah, well, it's like I said. I think it comes down to balance. Everything just needs to be in balance. Anything to excess is a problem, and that's kind of like sin. It's okay to eat, but you eat too much, it's a sin. I guess meth would be the exception.
Meth is the exception.
I don't know there's any amount of meth that's necessarily a good thing. But yeah, generally in life though, it's all about balance.
Meth and heroin.
Yeah,
there's not much moderation with that.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. I was going to ask you something you brought up. Oh, yeah. So you were talking about AI. What do you think, though? Do you think we're in danger of Terminator becoming real?
I don't know.
Killing us?
I don't know. It is super weird how smart it's getting.
We're doing a live recording, and Roy Blackwell is creeping in. So, what's up, Roy?
How you doing, man?
Hey, you're live on the air there.
Parker
Roy Blackwell.
Cool, nice to meet you, man.
Hey,
Am I live on there?
You're live on the air, Roy.
All right.
Say what's up.
Need to keep my mouth pretty well shut.
Anyway, AI was real. Roy wouldn't be around.
That's
Roy couldn't creep up in here like that.
What are y'all talking about?
We were talking about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
The AI, rather the AI.
I don't have any real intelligence. Well, I'm artificial.
That's what I'm saying. Roy would be obsolete if it comes to fruition. We're talking about whether the AI is going to take over and kill all of us.
Yep.
You think so?
Yep. Back in the 50s, they had ideas like that robots is going to take over and kill us all. I remember reading it in the comic books and stuff like that, and in 50, I was like 8 years old, and that was just horrible to me that robots are going to take over and wind it all up for us, all of us.
Yeah.
And now they didn't, and they won't. They're becoming more and more useful, thanks goodness for robots for Ukraine. I hate to be political on your podcast, but they need more of them.
I think it's great.
A little bit more of that.
So you were saying you think they will? Now you can hang out, Roy. You got to go. It's up to you. I said you ain't in my way. I'm just gonna finish the question with him, and I like your input on it
I'll stay here in
because it's funny because you're how old are you, Roy?
83.
83, and so Roy, as an 83-year-old, says that he doesn't think that the robots are a problem. You don't think that AI is a problem.
I don't think AI is a problem. The smarter we get, and the more we keep away from other people, the better off we're going to be.
Then you're 32, and do you think AI is going to be a problem?
There's a little bit of danger to it. I feel like I don't know. Like I was watching some kind of I think it was Ancient Aliens. They did a special one on technology and sci-fi and all that and whatever. And they had 2 chatbots that were completely AI. And so they mimicked it. They were trying to mimic each other like as human. And it worked. I mean, they were making sales, like all that stuff. And eventually they were like, all right, what happens if we get one AI chatbot to talk to another AI chatbot? And so they started talking. They understood the algorithm of how they were speaking, and all of a sudden they started speaking in their own binary language.
I saw that, yeah.
And it was like, dude.
Well, the one that got me nervous, and it might have been, it was quoted in the same thing you're talking about, is they had an AI system that they had isolated, like it's on one server, so that it wasn't able to, like, no risk of it, like getting out, right? And they basically there was one guy was able to kill the AI, right? This one dude. Well, when the AI realized that one dude was the one that could kill it, it sent an email to his wife and blackmailed him, and said that it pretended he was having an affair with a coworker, and that if he pushed this button, it was going to tell his wife about this affair, like tried to blackmail him. Then it tried to secretly replicate itself on another server without them telling what it was doing, like this backdoor coding. And because it was trying to survive, the AI was. Yeah. And so, personally, I think it's going to go one of 2 ways. I think either one, eventually there isn't really AI because we'll be cyborgs. I think we're basically a cyborg now, with these phones. But I think we'll be working with the AI, and it helps us, and we basically won't recognize a human in 100 years because we're part of the system and the computers and everything. Or it's going to look at, well, I guess there's 3 eventualities. Or number 2, it looks at us as we look at ants, where it's way advanced and is a threat, but it'll occasionally step on some of us, but it's not viewing us as a threat, so it's not like trying to get rid of us. And then the third option is the Terminator option. We're the problem, Matrix option. We're going to get rid of the humans, and they try to destroy us.
All I got to do is cut the electricity off.
I wish
back to
that
Amish
was,
days.
Yeah, I wish. The problem is they exist without it. They can create their own now. Like they're self-sufficient and can, they can exist if unless we went back to analog where there's no computer technology. With the modern AI, there's a risk eventually.
And it's just wild how quickly it's advanced.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you've seen that video
in 10 years.
That video of Will Smith eating the spaghetti, and it looks like an old painting that's moving and stuff. It's like, dude, AI is not going to be
literally just the last few years they've gotten so good.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago, and now Josh can attest to this. There's like so many video programs that you can just put in a prompt, and it looks pretty beautiful. It looks amazing.
In another 5 years, it's going to be indistinguishable from being photoreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then how now they can replicate your mannerisms, your voice. They've got some of these actors now in these movies, and honestly, you can't hardly tell it's not the actor. It's an AI generated person.
And that's going to be terrible for like propaganda.
Oh yeah, or just framing people.
Imagine
in my job in 5 or 10 years, they say it's on video, and my guy's like, "Look, dude, that wasn't me."
Yeah,
and it's like AI generated framing, and how are you going to be able to tell that?
Yeah,
it's scary. I don't know how we got on AI from glass. Hey, Roy
That's
probably
right.
got some work for you too. Parker
Okay.
does glass repair. He's, a matter of fact, the ones that repaired the bookstore for us.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a bookstore.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do a good job.
I didn't remember who I gave a check to. No, a credit card number.
Whatever it was.
we are-
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I got a pickup truck out yonder. It's got the back glass broken.
Okay.
You do them?
Yeah. We refer a guy out.
Huh?
We refer a guy out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Most of our stuff is residential, commercial.
gotcha.
So,
Well, for real,
We-
when we
we
get
have
done
a-
though, you
we
can
have
look
a-
at these windows and
Yeah.
give me a quote on them. Technically,
Definitely.
I don't own the building. My partner Brian does.
Sure.
His company G2 LLC owns the building.
sure.
But because we are so intertwined with it, I mean, sometimes we pay for repairs, sometimes they do. It depends on how much and what it is, but we get it done.
You still have one of those Huffman Mason in Somerville?
No, so we downsized. We went from being
I struggle with that sentence.
one
Goodness
of the
gracious.
one of the biggest firms to now it's just me and Brian, and we have one office. So we went from 5 offices at one point, and like 13 lawyers down to just the 2 of us. Much less stressful, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, managing people. is
Managing
just-
lawyers.
Managing lawyers. Yeah.
Managing lawyers was hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
Because it's all arguing. You're all.
Yeah. They all look for loopholes, and they all think they're right, and they think
Yeah.
they're the most valuable. It was difficult.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I learned a lot from it, so it was good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
Well, tell everybody how to find you, Parker.
Man, like I said, Parker with Glass Brothers. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to do a lot more work out in Tipton County.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need me, I guess you can share my post or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, so another piece of advice I would tell you: always you need something that's quick and easy for them to remember,
Sure.
and everything points to it.
yeah,
And you can use GoDaddy for a lot of that. So I went to GoDaddy in the beginning, and I bought all the prompts I could think of. They were $10. It's like it's not like you think. It's not crazy money.
Yeah.
But I bought all the domains that would fit. So like if you put Kickin Lawyer with a G, it still goes to Kickin Lawyer. They all redirect to the same page.
Okay.
So that you could literally be like, I'm Parker the Glass Guy or whatever.
Yeah.
ParkerTheGlassGuy.com.
Yeah.
And everything is Parker the Glass Guy. Instagram, Parker the Glass Guy. TikTok, it's all the same.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to then find you if they want to look for you.
for sure.
And then stuff like this, you share
Yeah,
this
100%.
because it's showing what. And me and Roy both have been customers and are
Yeah.
pleased with your work. So that's a good
Well,
testament
he
to you.
did. This first time I laid eyes on him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but
I
you
didn't
knew he
even
did
go-
the job.
He didn't go by there, but it is a good job. It looked
Yeah.
good.
Cool. Well, I appreciate
Good,
that,
good.
man. For real.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
But yeah, if you need any glass, any windows, we do like full scale window jobs, commercial buildings, and we do showers. And
So you do
if
interior glass also.
yeah, and so if you need a shower done, like if you have the bathroom, we don't do like the remodeling, but if you have everything laid out, we can put a glass shower in for you too.
Gotcha.
Somebody done showed his old lady in a glass shower door. You fixed it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I'll represent them.
There you go.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for being on again, Parker.
yeah.
And thank you guys for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, and follow the podcast. And as I mentioned earlier, we really appreciate your support on YouTube. For some reason, because I'm not a voluptuous woman, I don't have as many followers on YouTube. And then if you haven't, make sure you check out Michelle Allen. She'd be glad to show you anything you need as far as real estate. She's your go-to in the area if you're going to buy, sell, rent, and lease real estate, just like Parker is if you need any glass work. Then Jam Books and Records is coming up next, I guess, because I forgot about High Octane Martial Arts. It's basismartialarts.com. 2 locations, one in Covington, one in Millington.
I had to double check and make sure I didn't hit the wrong
I
button.
was reading the thing wrong.
Yeah.
And Jam Books and Records is right here in Covington too. If you're a buy, sell, or you want to buy any books, sometimes we buy books, but usually I'm just trying to sell them to you. And then Madeline and Dr. Laura Huffman will help you with your health. You want to optimize your health, visit holistichealthhormones.com. And then, as I already talked about earlier, don't forget to check out Josh with Masonite Digital Marketing and Mason Studios, and he'll help you with your marketing and movies, commercials, etc. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'm not sure when this is going up, but don't
It's going
forget
up Tuesday.
Don't
so week
forget,
of
this
Comic-Con.
weekend is the Covington Comic-Con, October 4th in Covington, Tennessee at the Covington Civic Center. So make sure you come check us out. Kids 12 and under are free, $15 for everybody else to get in. And we'll see you next time. Keep kicking. Thanks for watching, guys. Just remember that this is not legal advice or investment advice or business advice. This is for fun and entertainment purposes only.